Hello and welcome back. In today's video we have some Bannerlord multiplayer gameplay. This is something that I've been waiting for absolutely ages. And instead of just going through the whole video and talking through it, I'm going to be picking out the best parts from the gameplay. And if you want to watch the whole gameplay, the link will be down in the description. The first screen we see, obviously, is what happens when you log into a multiplayer match. We have the people's names and their profile pictures at the top. Then we have the three classes on the left. We have infantry, ranged, and cavalry. Along the bottom, we have two tabs that actually allow you to choose, which look like kind of, not special abilities, but special traits that you can choose. For example, you can have mauls, you can have better armor, or shield splitter axes. This also applies to archers, so you can have short bows or long bows, depending on how many arrows you want to put out a second, or how much damage you want to do. And in each individual class, we have subclasses. So you have Clansman, Axeman, Falksman, and Ufhender. And then under the ranged, you have Hunters and Fian. So obviously, each individual faction is going to have different subclasses within their infantry, ranged, and cavalry classes, which is really, really cool. The left-hand circle along the bottom also allows you to upgrade your AI, so you can have extra troops, you can get bonus melee damage, and you can also get bonuses to armor. So those are kind of upgrade tabs, and the balancing for those was going to be very important in multiplayer matches, and it's going to be interesting how each individual one plays out. Before we jump into any more gameplay, I want you to go ahead and follow my Twitter. The link is down in the description because I want to discuss this video with you guys because it's so much to talk about and so much I want to discuss, so go ahead and give me a follow. You can already feel the atmosphere of these battles and how intense and how realistic and immersive they're going to be. And honestly, I cannot wait. The game mode we're seeing on screen now is very similar to the Napoleonic Wars commander battles, where each individual player has a small army of AI soldiers behind him, and he chooses the class of those AI soldiers. So obviously some people are going to choose archers, cavalry, etc, etc. So this can make for some very interesting multiplayer matches. I think there's going to be, I think in this game there's around 5 players, but I'm not really sure on the cap. I assume you can probably do around 10 players and 5 versus 5. And in a big open field battle, it could be really interesting. The tactics you're going to have to use, where you're going to position your archers, where your cavalry are going to charge, and obviously there's going to be a lot of teamwork involved. And this could be one of the main competition matches that we see, which I think is really, really cool. Here we have a close-up shot of the AI fighting each other, and oh my god, does it look amazing. You can see some players thrown into the mix as well. You can see people falling over when they're hit by the blades. Cavalry charging in is something that anybody that wants a game from this genre would love, especially in a multiplayer format. And then we cut to some cavalry gameplay with this two-handed spear. He's absolutely tearing into the enemy, and the cavalry gameplay as well just looks really, really good. The AI don't seem to be grouping up that much, and the archers have obviously got their tactical placements, not throwing themselves into the mix, which I think is very, very good. So obviously the players are using their own tactics. This is perhaps some of the coolest gameplay we've seen so far. This guy with a two-handed axe looks like a berserker, absolutely tearing into these men, ordering his own men to follow him that look like Huskarl type men. I think this guy might be a battalion. And watch this. The horse just goes flying, the animation's brilliant, and the sound is even better. Now we switch to the spectator mode, where we get to see even more amazing gameplay, and pretty much most of this gameplay is just another round with pretty much the same stuff that we've seen already, so I'm not going to go into too much more detail. I'd like to mention in the top left we do have a timer and a score, which I presume is rounds 1. So the last thing I want to look at is just this really cool piece of gameplay where this man is throwing his javelins. And then we do have a really good shot here of those long-ranged fights. And then we cut to probably my favorite scene. He pulls out the spear in 1 second. Let's wait for it. And look at this cavalry charge on the left-hand side. We're making a shield ball. And watch this. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Look at that above spear hit, and the horse goes over. I really, really love these horse animations when they go over. And it shows that the spears are going to actually be really fun to fight with, because you have those 2 attack directions, very much like Viking Conquest. And there goes another horse. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. There's not too much else that's different in this gameplay as far as I can tell. So if you want to watch the whole thing, go ahead into the description and find the link to the gameplay video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely brilliant day. I've actually made this video while I'm at work, so I'm trying to make it as quickly as possible to the best quality as possible. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next battle.